Welcome guys. So this problem is called a binary tree tilt. So basically the tilt is a tree node. Is a tree node defined as the root difference between the sum of left hand subtree and the sum of right subtree. Okay, so let me just see the example. So the tilt for 1 is just 2 minus 3, absolute value is 1, and the tilt for 2 is 0, tilt for 3 is 0, so total tilt is 0, 1, 1. Okay, so let me define. So the tilt is just the left, the sum of node for total for sum of node for all the left node minus the sum of the node for the right node. Okay, so in order to first in this question, the first is that we need to compute the tilt, right? So this is the straight ways we need to find the. So basically the key is that in general, if we have a function f, so basically on the node of the tree, we want to write a code to compute the function sum of all these function, and the v is basically belongs to this tree or belongs to some roots that we want to compute its node via the subtree. Okay, so this is the goal. Okay. So in order to do this, now this is very standard. Suppose you know this how to write this f, then you just define a function, which if this function is called x, and if the root is none, then you just return. Basically it's defined. I mean, you can define anyway, but usually we return 0. And else, then we just return a function of the node, a function of the roots, plus the root left and the root right. Okay, so this is the standard function. So basically, so we first define a function called the tilt. Let me explain. So the tilt means that I need to compute the tilt from value. The root value is original value, and then the left and right. So basically, this tilt is basically I compute for each node. I compute it's the sum of all. So I should not write tilt. I should write this is the total sum. So this is somebody give you a root, then you compute the total sum of the value. So I should write it as total sum. So for example, total sum for this one is just 2 plus 3, so it's 5, and the 2 is 2, 3 is 3. And then I also define this is the tilt, so this should be called tilt. So this tilt function basically should return the total sum. So now tilt is a function on node. So for each node, you just return the if it's none, then return 0. If it's not none, then we should return the total sum of the absolute value from left and minus left and right. So now we already have a tilt function, right? So what should we do? We just repeat the same process as the total sum with sum over all tilt. So if root is 0, we return 0. Then else we return the tilt of the root, and then find the tilt and find tilt. Yes. So this is okay. So this is the point. This is point. Okay, so this is so basically you can view with I solved this question by use 2 times total sum. So basically this problem can be understood once somebody give you a function on node. Then once you can implement this function, then you can solve this problem very quickly. Okay, so it's not this. Okay, so how about let me try. Okay, so it's very straightforward. So I suggest that you remember this function. You should try to remember. Oh, sorry. This should be return this f should be returned as this function. So basically, you need to know how to implement this sum over node function. Okay, that's it. I will see you guys in the next videos.